Hey, Nick.
Hey, Chase.
It's that time again.
What time is it?
Time for
Fuck This Place!
So then if you're on Instagram Live, so you're like reading like people insulting you in real time as you're still trying to like answer questions and stuff?
My face was probably like
well, and the real bummer is if you were a guest, you were on the bottom pane, right?
Yeah.
And so all the text is just coming up on top of your...
on top of my face. Funny.
Like you're just like, yeah, you know, I try to draw inspiration from everyone in my life, and you know what? Hey, fuck you, Chad. How about that?
I did try not to acknowledge him. I was like just ignoring him, but it was it's funny. He didn't even see that. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. So I think he went back over the comments in the end and was having a good laugh. So funny.
You're like, well, it was an insult towards me, so I definitely saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thanks for checking. Well, I guess I should intro us. Welcome to Fuck This Place, a podcast about jobs with Chase and Nick. I'm Chase.
I'm Nick, and with us today is Australian-based painter Danielle Weber.
Hey.
Hey, thank you so much again for waking up early to be with us today. Really appreciate you.
Yeah.
And
just so everybody's aware, because this is going to be broadcast after the fact, it is currently 8 a.m. in Australia. You're in Melbourne, right?
Yeah.
So
on a Sunday.
we're just going to talk about...
I think the key word is Sunday.
Indeed. I just want to talk about sacrifice. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Well, Danielle, the first segment that we do on every podcast is a segment that we like to call Fuck This Place, ? Where we look up jobs and we decide if we would work there or not. So we decided to look up some jobs in the Melbourne area. And so I'm going to do a screen share here. And we're essentially, I'm going to read the title of 3 jobs and we'll decide the one you don't want to look at. But before we do that, we were like on Craigslist in Melbourne. I don't know if you've been on Craigslist in Melbourne recently.
it's wild. It's
really?
wild.
It's a very
I feel
wasteland.
like because I work myself, I always miss out on these things. So this is great. Like,
is there, I'm just genuinely curious because the Craigslist in Melbourne is so devoid of all life. Is there like, is there a different job board that people look at? Because like in the US, Craigslist is like the place where, like sketchy things happen for sure.
Okay.
But also like I need a job at like a Subway or, wherever. Like there's a lot of just sort of like, there are jobs here. It's not like the most like the high end jobs or whatever, but like definitely a lot. Like if I look at the LA Craigslist, it is full of jobs. They're crazy jobs, but it's full of them. Melbourne Craigslist is like, I click on whole categories and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Really?
Like 3 jobs posted at a time. Several times in several different categories, there was someone looking for someone to cuddle with. Like that's how.
No.
Nothing. There's nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's strange. I mean, we're in a bit of a strange time at the moment, so
That's
has
true.
something to do with it.
I mean, it could be. I kind of hope it is. So, so what we'll do is I'm going to share my screen.
You're born and raised in Melbourne.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up there?
I love it. It's I mean, I grew up in an area that was quite multicultural, and it obviously is a very multicultural city. So like I went to a school that was quite like a lot of Chinese, a lot of Asian of descent. So it was kind of strange time at school because like it was a bit like we were the minority there. So but it was good growing up in this area. Look, it was like, you know, I've had good opportunities and everything. I think Melbourne's really good for the art scene as well. So
That's cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Australia. Plus you have healthcare, which is probably good.
Yeah, which is like a massive topic at the moment. So I was literally talking about that last night. I'm like, I still don't understand how America doesn't have healthcare. Like,
neither do we.
We don't
put
either.
that much money into like military and you know, buying lots of
Sure.
things. And
God
they
forbid
can't
one of those soldiers get a cough though. No help.
They got no one to fly those things.
Yeah, we've been voting for it for a while, so I don't know. I mean, I can't lay the blame on anyone else.
They don't ask us.
They don't ask us. Okay, so I'm gonna read the title here of 3, and then we'll pick the one you don't want to look at. So the first title is "Got Burps?"
Gotta do that one.
Okay, that's a maybe. Or yes. Okay, the next one is hypnosis.
Okay.
And the last one is tech savvy real estate agent for American company. Which one do you not want to click on?
Oh, that's hard. I reckon tech savvy one I don't want to do.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, for sure.
Well, fuck that place.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. I guess so got burps is the most exciting. Let's click on hypnosis for now. So this is not a long post. No photos. Title is simply hypnosis. And sorry, right underneath the title, it says the title again.
It reads like it's like hypnosis, Melbourne, hypnosis.
I'm so
Melbourne,
glad I didn't know
hypnosis,
about
hypnosis.
this thing. Like I've never heard of this place, so this is all new
Craigslist?
to me. This is so good. Yeah, I've never.
I think Craigslist is an American thing, and I think that
Okay.
it just so happens to have. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's probably like some more native Australian because Craigslist is basically like the evolution of newspaper
Classifieds.
ads, classifieds,
Mhm.
and it was big in the early 2000s, and it looks like it was made in 2001, and it still exists, because it's free. It's free for people to post a bunch of stuff on it.
You learn something new every day. It's good.
Yeah.
So we're applying our American sensibilities to this awful job scene. Okay, so the first thing they say, aside from saying hypnosis Melbourne, which does sort of seem like a weird like echo, they just say, "Ask me about hypnosis?" ?
What?
Which feels like they're trying to hypnotize you right away.
Yeah.
Also, okay, look at this. Speaking of hypnotizing,
It's a one.
It says
Supposed to be I.
it's supposed to be I am, but it's
1
definitely a one.
Mhm. It's like a secret message. He's trying to tell us what's going on. It's like it's 1 a.m. right now.
Yeah, there's a long sentence that says, "I am," or 1 am, a hypnotist of 22 years. I don't trust that. Helping people overcome many of their self issues, everything from fears, losing weight to help quit smoking. Okay.
Huh?
Looking for volunteers.
And then he says, it's got to be a he, looking for volunteers to help me practice.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to finish the post because there's only 2 more sentences and then we'll double back. And then he says, no charge, just require your time. Yeah. I'm looking for a job. Why would you
Be
charge
paying
me?
you. Yeah.
And then it says, for more details, please contact. That's the end of the post. I just want to say, if you 1 am a hypnotist of 22 years, it seems to me like you probably had enough volunteers at this point.
Yeah.
I would be interested in just knowing, just like talking to him, being like, "Hey, did you mean to put a number 1 there?"
Yeah.
What was that about?
It's just strange. I don't. Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
baffled.
Like, I'm not sure that I believe in hypnosis. I know that if I did, I wouldn't go to this guy, and I know that if I didn't, I wouldn't go to this guy.
Like, yeah. I don't even. The fact that I didn't even know this place existed, so that's like 1. I wouldn't go there to go to a hypnotist, and 2, like, there's no name, there's nothing. Like, there's, as you said, no photos, and then I'm looking for a job, but you want me to, like,
not pay you?
Not pay me for perhaps mentally damaging me for the rest of my life.
Sure, I don't know how hypnosis works. Has anyone? I have only seen maybe, I want to say 1 hypnotist like show. Has anyone else here seen any hypnotists do anything live?
I was in a comedy show that had a hypnotist as the headliner, and that sucked. But I can't say for sure. Like the comedy, all the comics, it was a lot of fun. But then the hypnotist went up there, and it's like kind of you wonder if anyone's really buying in on it,
Sure.
or if it's just like the pressure of all the lights and like.
Right.
Someone, so like I said, I'm not sure I believe. Yeah. And to your point, Danielle, there is no name. And that's really weird. Cause not even like Biondo or whatever his like stage name would be.
It's
Biondo.
Look, I've you know that movie, what's that movie called where like all the magicians do, like, I think they did hypnosis on there, isn't it?
Is that Now You See Me?
Yes, that one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a good movie. That's probably the only time. But I think I've heard, like, I've spoken to people about it, helping them with quitting smoking. So I have that.
Oh, you know what? Actually,
he's ticked a box there. I think that's,
Yeah, let me back off. Let me back off my hypnosis situation. I tried hypnosis therapy for a session.
Oh,
You forgot that?
Here we go. That's how bad it was. You didn't even remember.
No, it was actually a pretty good time, I will say.
It was hung out.
Yeah, we just chilled. We had a Coke. No, it was a little bit like, honestly, it was a lot more like a guided meditation than it was a hypnosis. Like, I mean, I think that the person who was I guess treating me was explaining, that essentially it's going to feel like that, but it's a little more hands-on than just like and now you see a stream or whatever. But I will say I think I considered at the time going for another one. I did it because I had an old friend who is completing their hypnosis certification, like a hypnotherapy certification. Wow, I'm really deep in on this. I've totally this is like a year ago. This is not that long ago.
Did he have like a dangly pocket watch?
It was it was a digital. We did it via
That's
Skype.
weird.
It was great. I don't know why. I do know why I didn't do it again, because I just.
But don't they have to like be around you to like
No, well, that's
feel
why,
like your vibes and your energy, like that's why.
I feel like hypnotists would have a very specific smell, so like I think they'd want to be in the room with you to get that in. You're like,
yeah, well, that's why I say it was a lot more like a guided meditation. I had a regular therapist several years ago who I just literally one time he was like, just lay on the floor, I'm gonna play this tape, and I was like, why am I paying you? But this is good, and that was like a guided meditation. So yeah, again, that person also wasn't looking for volunteers. I paid $10 for that. So I just feel like if you're asking for volunteers, you're a dangerous person. And
I'm a big believer in like you get what you pay for, and the fact that they're not charging is just it's a worry.
You pay nothing, you get nothing.
Or after 22 years, it'd be like, I need some practice, because
it's just
I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't gotten the hang of it yet.
I'm experienced, but I still need practice.
It's just like I got 2 people to quit smoking, the other 2 walked off a bridge, so I'm trying to figure out that middle ground. Okay.
Also, here's a question, and I know we're gonna say fuck this place and move on, but the practice thing, like, in comedy, it is widely accepted that like practice is extremely important to the craft, right? Because it's just like, you got to get a lot of rep. You have a joke, you got to run it 100 times before you really feel like you know what it is. Like, I've never heard that about hypnosis.
No
Not
way.
Yeah, I've never heard anything about hypnosis where it wasn't already like the guys or the girl is like a master. It is weird to see someone who's just still figuring it out after more than 2 decades.
Yeah. Sort of an open mic hypnosian.
I've been practicing for 22 of my 25 years.
25-year-old. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna say fuck this place.
Yeah, fuck. I don't want
this place.
Okay, great. Next one, it's got to be a yes. The title is "Got Burps?" ? And we are immediately met with a photo of a very strong-looking man.
This guy is definitely full of burps.
Yeah, okay.
Full of burps or creatine, one or the
It's a
other.
bit much for a Sunday morning. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's a lot. Definitely bodybuilder. Like, this is not just like this is not like I happen to be fit man. This is like years of hard work and dedication. But I do want to point out that he is sitting in an office chair.
I thought he was at the beach.
That's what I'm saying. Behind him is those things you can buy, I guess. I don't know exactly what stores sell them, like home goods stores like Bed Bath & Beyond and stuff that are just like posters of different places, but it's like covers the whole wall. It's one of those, but the beach. And he also has a little one of those
oscillating fans.
Yeah, like oscillating like allergy fans. Anyway, I just think it's great that he's sitting down and not at the beach.
What do you think? You think he took off his shirt before or after he sat down?
I think before. I don't see a shirt in sight here.
Got it.
That back is very sticky. So there's only one line that says college student looking to pay a handsome guy who can burp on command for some vids.
Oh my God.
And then it says, email me a shirtless photo and your fee.
Well, hey, at least there's payment involved on this.
There is payment involved, although
yeah.
it says that you have to send in your fee, but the compensation is listed at $25 per vid. So
Okay.
I'm not sure what your fee is about. I don't know how negotiable this is.
I think it's probably you're gonna find out how handsome he thinks you are real fast when you see what he's willing to pay for your burp videos.
I wonder if like the guy flexing is the guy that wants or if that's just someone taken off the internet who.
Yeah. What side of the coin does this guy fall on exactly? Is he burping or is he looking for burps?
Yeah, or they've just like Googled someone flexing, but like, how is that even relevant to burping? It's so strange.
Well, they do want the person to be handsome.
Oh, okay. So I missed that memo.
Which I will say, I think handsome is super different from swole. Like fully
I
jacked.
wouldn't look at him and be like, oh, he's handsome.
Mm. Yeah. Although I will say hairstyle is a handsome hairstyle.
Mm.
Pretty.
Got a bit of a coif here.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like however you feel about the coif, it's not the first thing you notice in this. It's probably not even the 14th thing you notice when you look at this picture.
No.
But I don't know. I think I could burp on command. I don't want to try, but sure. I wouldn't. Like, if you could, what would it cost you? You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I don't know if I'd do it just because I'd be like, what are you doing with this? Are you keeping this just so you can look up Friday nights videos of me burping?
I do think that this is a bit of a scam, mainly just to get a shirtless photo of.
Yeah.
We've examined this. You know, we live on Craigslist quite a bit these days, and this is not the first time we've had people ask for a submission
of a shirtless photo.
Yeah. Of some kind of shirtless photo. Although, again, the burp angle is
strange. Because it's like, okay,
unprecedented.
Then what's the other side of that? The other side is like, this guy's like, well, I hate burps, but it's a good cover. So like, so he's just got to like pause the video before you burp every time so he doesn't get grossed out. So he's still just taking
so strange. Yeah, I just don't understand what a topless. Well, yeah, because they want it handsome, but like, that's the face. That's not the body. You don't need the body.
I do think I would like to throw a little shout out. I do feel like the title is spot on.
Yeah.
In the sense that we knew exactly what we were clicking on.
Got me straight away.
We got a little more, but I'm just saying, if for instance you have another job that isn't this, you could probably snag someone with just a got burps. Like, people would click on it.
Yeah, that is a catchy title.
As a marketer.
They got me. It is like, it's marketing 101. They did well. They did well on that front.
I just really, I'm guessing this photo is just a photo. Like, I think that this is just stolen from something else.
Yeah, I think so.
But if it is stolen from something else, I'm very curious why. There's tons of, like, if you Google bodybuilder, there's a bunch of pictures, I'm sure, of dudes who are not sitting in an office chair. Yeah. Nor are they in front of a fake beach background. Especially in Australia, there's plenty of beach to go around.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And then
it literally goes around.
Plenty of photos.
This is like a real like David Lynch kind of like. It's like, what is this even about? There's like there's so many layers to this right now. I don't know.
This could be the beginning of quite the detective film.
But the fact that they're like, email me your fee, and then they're like $25 per video. It's like, well, do you get a fee on top of that, or is that?
Sure.
Maybe but then it's just like, if you have the burps, could you like just make a bunch of videos, just you sitting in different parts of the office and just sending them like making $25 a pop? If you're okay with that, that's not a bad gig.
Yeah, because if it is $25 per vid, it's one burp per vid.
Mm-hmm.
If this person isn't insane, maybe this is the right gig for the right person.
Yeah, I'm gonna say my fuck this place is 100% because I do not want to let this person into my life.
Yeah, I don't want this person to have my number.
I don't feel like it'll be easy to them out. As long as that one's there.
If it was just burps and I didn't have to send a shirtless photo, I'd give it a go.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, and that might be negotiable.
I think I can burp on demand. Wouldn't want to give it a go right now, but I think I can.
If you give me a soda,
I feel the same way. A little bit of belief.
Yeah.
I've never been able to burp on command, but if you give me like a bubbly drink, like I can do it, no problem.
Yeah, I guess that's another question I have is because we can all burp and we know the circumstances that'll make us burp. So it's like, so what is it? I think video where you burp on command? Because then he's like, if it's under his command, he's got to be like, okay, well, send me a video, 30 seconds long. I want you to burp at second 13. Like that's how you command it, right?
Or
if
burp
it's
the
not
ABCs.
a live thing. If it's like live, like
you won't be like, hang on, soda, and then burp. It's literally on command. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say fuck this place because I don't qualify.
I'm
the only one giving it a go. You know what? If it's $25 which is not because it's an Australian site, then probably because our dollar's really bad. So it's like $40, for a video. That's not bad.
Oh wow. Okay, So that would be a thing to clarify.
So we're looking at it.
It is. I forgot. I guess that that Melbourne has, that Australia has the dollar sign instead of like another.
We do. It's just not a very good dollar at the
moment. All right. Well, fuck this place. What's up, everybody?
What's going on, guys?
Wanted to remind you that you can text the podcast anytime you want.
Night or day, whenever the hell you want.
It's fine. It's the number is 470-BAD-JOBS. The actual numbers are 470-223-5627. That's the number.
So yeah, anytime you want. Like I said, middle of the night, whenever. We don't got jobs right now. Whatever's going on with you is going on with us.
I mean, absolutely. Maybe you still have a job and it's like shitty. You can tell us about that. Maybe you don't have a job and it was shitty before.
Maybe you're getting one of those weird like temperature forehead checks right now.
For sure.
You want to pull out your phone and just say, you know what, fuck you guys. I'm going to text 470-BAD-JOBS.
470-223-5627 is the number. That is the number. And you can also call us if you want, but I mean, whatever. It's your choice. That's the point here.
Okay, so Danielle, what is the first job you ever had?
First job I ever had was a ball girl at the Australian Open.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain a ball girl. You mean
like a ball boy? Well, they call them ball boys. They're not very the bloody. Well, I think now they call them ball kids. They used to say ball boys.
Oh, the ball kids.
Well, I'm a girl, but
ball children.
Yeah, ball. It's a really unfortunate name.
They're just gonna keep getting more. All right, fine. Ball goblins. I don't know what you want us to call them.
So I used to chase balls around the court and throw them to players. So I was for 3 years at the Australian Open. So
okay. And how long does the Open last?
They have the qualifying, so it's about a week, and then 2 weeks of the actual Grand Slam.
So like 3 weeks total.
Yeah, 3 weeks total.
Wait, so do you have to qualify? Do you have to chase
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, you go through like tryouts.
Okay.
And then it's like I think like 4 times I had to go and just roll balls, throw balls, and like run around the court, and like they're marking you off. Like
of course,
I was like 12 when I first started too, so it was like quite a bit it's a bit full on.
Did you play tennis as a?
I did. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So I got in, and then once you've gotten in, like you're pretty much guaranteed to get in the next.
Right. It's like summer camp.
But you got to cut off at 15. So I had 3 years.
Oh, you can't keep working after you're 15?
No.
Huh. Why?
I think because I guess you're too big as well. Like they try to keep them little on the court. Maybe I don't know. Like it's just that's just the cutoff age, I guess. So
what is a tryout like? So is it like they're like you're just like, oh hey everybody, welcome to tryout, go, and then just like throw a ball real fast and like you gotta.
They like line you up, and then they put you in groups, and you're like rolling to each other, and then you run, and then you've like got to throw and I guess they're just marking you on every station that you're at, and then you have like the elimination phase and see if you get through the next round. If you go through the next round, there's probably another round. So I think it was like 4. Like it was quite,
Jesus. It was like its own Australian Open. It was its own tournament.
Yeah, just to get in. Yeah.
So clarify for me the responsibilities of a ball child. They pick up the balls on the court during gameplay, right? And then they just like run. I don't watch a lot of tennis.
Okay.
But I have watched that one video of that one kid who picked up the ball and then ran back to the wall and slammed his face into it and then acted
Oh my
like
God,
nothing
I need to
happened.
see this video.
It's a great video. We'll send you a link.
I mean, I had a few like accidents on court too. Like I'd run in front of the ball and I passed out one time and
You passed out?
all over. Yeah, because it was like 43 degrees or hang on.
I'll do
Don't
the
know
math.
what that is and do the
I'll
math
do the
on
math.
that. It was
I
hot.
think that's 600 degrees. That's 600 degrees American.
600. That's 109 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot
Jesus
as shit.
Christ.
Hot.
That is very hot.
So like, yeah, it's hotter on court. Like they say
Yeah.
it's like, you know,
Because the heat rises up.
so it's like it's really hot on court. So there's a fair few men down every Australian Open. Like they have little kids just dropping everywhere.
Like it's funny that like the conditions are you might pass out, but they insist on the youngest of children to do it.
It is crazy. It's actually crazy. Well, I think because I don't know, maybe like, I mean, I think it's a good work ethic for me from a young age, but I think because yeah, I don't know, like maybe because we haven't been tainted by the real world yet. They just like train you young and they can like get you to work really hard without you complaining. I don't know. It's probably like it's a privilege to be a ball kid at the Australian Open. So
Sure. I mean, it's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. Yeah.
So, but I mean, well, I got paid back then, but now they don't pay them. So
that's shitty. And you're still out there in like the 40 degrees.
So it's like slave, and like we got like $20 on our food card. So I was like, yeah, hot chips, like, and just stuff in my face every day.
More
now
heat.
they get like a sandwich and a fruit. Like it's not even.
Not even water.
So question, how are they deployed? Like you have one on each side? How many, you know what I mean? Like what's your coworker situation like?
4 on the baseline, so you got 2 on either side, and then you got 2 at the net.
Okay.
Basically, like the 2 at the net, which is I was on the net for most of the time. It was only like the last year that I had the last section, like the last week or something there, because I'm a midget, I'm too short. So like I was like, so the little ones go on the net because they're like the little runarounds, and that's a hard job because you're literally like running all the time, like a little minion just running around. Yeah, and like the 2 net people basically control the court. So there's actually like a lot involved, especially if you've got a tiebreaker, you've got to keep a ball at the net. Like you've got to make sure that there's even balls on either side. Then some tennis players are superstitious, so you got to know which side they like the balls on. I
would like to get into that, but just real quick, go over when you passed out. What exactly happened?
Well, I didn't actually like pass out, black out, and hit the ground, but I just like sort of
low blood sugar,
and I was like, I'm gonna vomit or pass out. So I sort of like collapsed on the court, and
smart.
They just like took me off court, and because the thing is too, like so once you start a match, you're on that match, like you got 45 minutes on, 45 minutes off, like you have other ball kids to relieve you, but once you're on that game, like it could go for 10 hours and you're the only ball kids that are on that game.
My God.
So there's been times where we were working until like 3 a.m.
Right.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in that case, so if you pass out, is there like then like there's like even younger kids that are like the pass out kids that come get kids if they passed out? Like
Nah, so then there's like court services, and then there's like the line umpires that helped as well. Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing though, because like you got people watching and you're like, oh yeah, the ball kid that passed out. Even though we all look the same, so it's okay, but still.
Right.
So, but then it's like, then who takes your job? Then is it like, because I imagine that it's because of the players and the superstitions maybe that you're talking about, that they're like, no, once you got a partner, that's your partner.
I don't think they really care about like the ball kids as such, but more so like how, just like as long as you know how they get served, the ball and everything is the same. So like I would just had a substitute, like someone else would have come on, or one of the baseline person would have come up for the time being while like they got another one or something. So yeah.
Did you play again, or did you go? You took your $20 and you sandwich. You're like, fuck it, I'm out of here.
No, I think I kept going later on. So needed a break. Just needed to.
I mean, that is the benefit of employing literal children, is that they do bounce back pretty quick.
Very resilient.
Yeah, and like they're just so resilient, and like as I said, they haven't been in the work world yet where they're like fuck you.
Yeah.
Hate everyone. Like they're just like, everyone's so nice. Like you don't, you know, you don't have
Right. That I do remember that, like, you know,
Yeah.
like being that young and just thinking that people at jobs were just so nice. And it's like, well, yeah, they have to be here. So
everyone's innocent and lovely.
and they don't give a shit about you because you're 15.
No.
So you're like,
No.
of course, why would they be mean to you? I mean, it definitely happens, but it's like,
Yeah.
hi.
What is like ball kid banter like? You guys hang out on the sidelines at all? Like you guys talk shit or?
Yeah. We you know, you had your like, after we finished, we'd go like hang out at the back of the courts and like we'd have a few little parties and stuff. So yeah, there was
nice.
I wasn't one of the cool ball kids. Like I was probably like middle range. Like there was ones like I wanted to be like that I wasn't. That's okay. Maybe in the last year I like finally just started to like slip through the cool crack, but I didn't make it.
Right.
Fully.
You only got 3 years.
3 years, that's it.
I needed another year to get that cool badge, I reckon. So
And just want to clarify, what's the youngest that you're allowed to be? 12. Okay, got it. So it really is, everybody only has 3 years.
Pretty much. Or you got 4, I think, just if you do.
Right. If
like I was turning 13, so yeah.
Got it.
So I mean, but you got to be kind of a stud to make it in at 12, right? Like 12.
Yeah,
you got to be kind of a beast.
I was pretty. Not beastly, I wouldn't say. I was pretty athletic. I was like a runner, and I played tennis, and I was like a little tank, like a little tank minion.
I mean, if you only passed out one time, not
one
bad.
time in 3 years is pretty good.
Good ratio.
Yeah, I don't know if it's been 3 years since the last time I passed out, so respect.
Did you're talking about
Cheers
it being,
to that.
you were talking about it being kind of high pressure because you're at the net because you kind of control the game. Were there ever like disputes among, you know, like if you're making a call, are there people on the other corner who are like, no, I'm not doing that? Or is it like when you're the net people, it's net rules?
Pretty much net rules because like we've got to move the balls around the court. So like I never really had an argument or anything with the with like my fellow netball kid, but it was more so like the players would crack it if you were slow or if you so I remember Andy Murray cracked it at me. He was a bit mean.
Were they like, I mean, were a lot of them mean, or is it like
to be fair, like because I ball kidded Federer, because back in when I was ball, like Roddick was there, because this is years ago. Andy Roddick, he's American.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it's a tennis guy. I'm just saying,
I never. Like, he's a huge deal.
He's like the nicest person ever. Federer, back when he first started, he wasn't very friendly. Like now, obviously, he's like known to be like a gentleman, but I found that he was a little bit arrogant. He wasn't the most friendly.
Which is funny because you were like 12.
Don't worry, I could notice that. Like, I guess like you're like running around from them, and you could some were like really nice and patient. Like I think when they're impatient, that's when it's like you can tell that they're.
It's just funny. It's funny to imagine that you're just like, I got math homework later, and also that guy's a prick. I don't know if you know
this international superstar of tennis.
He's kind of an asshole.
Because some of them like interact with the players, and they're like crack jokes and stuff like that. But others are just.
Yeah, it just seems weird to yell at a kid who's all you can tell is running.
Yeah.
And like
like, you can see I'm running.
And you can tell we're like dying on court. Like it's not. So that was good fun. It's good experience.
Wow.
Okay, so that's your first job ever. Danielle, what is the worst job you've ever had?
Worst job that I've ever had. Well, I worked at Subway.
Hell yeah.
And I'd say for the pay, that was probably the worst job I've ever had.
Sure.
Yeah, and probably how you get
because I smelled like a sub like all day. Like I'd finish, even if I worked 2 hours, I was like, and like you just stink. Like, you can't get the Subway smell out of you.
Well, yeah, it's like it is just it's not just that you smell like a sub, it's that you smell exactly like a Subway.
Yeah, it's literally.
You know, like if you worked at a bread bakery, you'd smell like bread and yeast and dough, but you work at a Subway, so you smell like iceberg lettuce and the bread with the cheese on top.
Everything. Yeah. Everything.
Were you there? Were you at Subway Shop Talk? Were you there before, during, or after they made the transition where they toast every sub?
We were toasting.
Got it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, because I would have been, so it would have been like 13 years ago, maybe when I was working there. Yeah, so that was toasting. Yeah.
Was this right after the tennis job?
Yes.
What a fall from grace.
Yeah.
But I was, but I was also coaching tennis as well.
Oh,
So
so
I
you're
was
big into
getting
tennis.
balls smacked at me by 5-year-olds on a Sunday morning.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then you just slough on into that subway
I just
shift.
like 2 laps and like make them run because I was grumpy.
Run till you pass out. I'll know when. I'll know when it happens.
I think a few times when I got a ball hit at me, I'd just like smack one back at them and like just be like, "Yeah, you like how it feels." I was evil. That's why I'm not a tennis coach anymore. I think it was a good job for me.
So I assume you got the subway job because you were like, I have this tennis gig, I kind of want to keep it, but obviously, you don't work enough, nor does it pay enough. So you're like, I got to get something else.
Yeah.
Why did you pick? Why or how did you pick Subway?
I think I was just like, I just wanted to work. I just was going for any job at that point. But I think it was like, I think I got paid like $7 Australian an hour. So it's like probably like 4 or 5.
No, there's places in the US where you can get $7 an hour to Subway right now. So yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. So it's probably less. Like, I don't even want to know. It was, and it was annoying because they'd only give you like 2.5-hour shifts. So you literally go there. Yeah. Yeah. Or like, I think that was the minimum 2, and I generally have like a 3-hour shift.
2.5 or 3 hours. Was this after school or something? Or?
Yeah.
Was it busy?
Yeah. It was pretty busy actually. Yeah.
I'm still surprised. Like, even still, I feel like when I was like in high school, when I was like 16 working after school, they'd still be like, can we keep you for 8 hours? Like, they'd still try to sneak try to keep you for 8 hours.
Yeah.
So 3-hour shifts, that's wild. And that's no money. That is no money.
Nothing.
And like, unless you live in that subway, you're spending more money to get there and get back than you are making.
Literally. Yeah. That's why I had another job.
yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Did you I worked at a not Subway, but it was like we made subs, so there, and we ended up eating a lot of, you're not supposed to eat a lot of food, but we did. Were you able to like sneak any of those Subway cookies or whatever?
Yeah.
Someone's at next door. Great.
I did. And you get like one sub. If you do like a longer shift, you get it a foot long, and then if you get a shorter shift, I think you get like a 6-inch sub.
Right.
So like that was fine, and I just like load my subs up. They'd be like falling. I'd be like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna eat as much as I can. And get like another $10 worth.
Absolutely. I mean, I will say that is one absolute benefit we've spoken about multiple times in this podcast. One of the benefits of food service is if they pay you, or if they give you food at the end of your shift, like that. That counts as something.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. And I mean, it doesn't like necessarily cost them much, and at least then
it really doesn't.
I became like a true sandwich artist. Like, I was like, this, like when anyone would go to Subway, I'm like, get this sauce with this. Make sure you toast the tomato like with the bread.
Ooh.
So toast the tomato. Well, also because like we used to have to chop the tomatoes, and like the amount of rotten tomatoes that were in that is disgusting. Like not even like a little bit of mold, like the whole box, and you'd be like, that one's okay, and like chop that one, 100%. And it's been like amongst like 20 rotten tomatoes. So toast your tomatoes.
Did that job, like, I had a job as a line cook for a while where I made a lot of like bagel sandwiches, and that destroyed bagel sandwiches for me. Did you lose anything? Yeah, so like, could you like, I can never eat Subway again, kind of, is there any, or like you're saying tomatoes, like
for a while now, but do you know what, I still go to like, so I still, because I go to the post office, it's like next to it, which is the one that I worked at, so I walk past it like once a week, and
the same Subway.
Yep. So but I've only been there, I'd say, a handful of times since because I realized it's actually not good for you. So
no.
Subway is for sure a desperate man's food. I mean, it's it's marginally better than getting a burger and fries, I guess. But
sometimes
that is the comparison.
It's like quite expensive too. Like, it's not cheap.
I was gonna say, it's expensive, and I feel like it's like, this is legally food, But I don't know if it's like much more than
It's
that.
so processed. Everyone's like, oh, like eat fresh. Like it is not fresh.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I mean, it takes 10 seconds if you just look at the lettuce. It's like I can see through this. There's nothing in here.
Yeah. That eat fresh thing has nothing to do with them. That's just a separate thing they're saying.
Yeah.
You really should eat fresh. By the way, you could come to Subway if you want.
While you're here, do you want one of these cardboard sandwiches I have?
Were they doing the in the US they had for a little while this $5 foot long thing where
they do deals like that. Yeah. That's pretty good when they do those deals like that.
Yeah. Although I will say I think they had that promo running for a long time and it was like I mean, I feel like it was at least a year and some change. They're like,
you guys
really on like Tuesdays or whatever.
That's not a promo anymore. Like that's
no. But then but somebody measured it and they're like, this isn't actually a foot long. And it's like, it took a year for someone to just take out a piece of measuring tape. And you're like, this isn't a foot long.
They shortened them so they could make a bit more bigger margin.
And rather than make the sandwich the right length, they just closed down the whole operation.
Really?
Yeah. They were just like, no more $5 foot long.
We don't do that anymore.
They could have just done like 5 foot, whatever length this is.
They obviously made their money off it. They didn't need to make it any longer.
So you went back. The whole Subway was closed down. It's just like boarded up, like it was never there.
What about your like coworkers? Did you know them before you started working there, or?
Yeah. So I knew a few of them. It's actually funny because one of the girls who works there, like I still kind of have contact with now, and then like my brother's friends with one of the brothers of the girls that were working there too. So it's so weird. Like it's a big suburb, but somehow I still have ties to people that were working there at that time. So it's so strange. Like which has not really happened to any other job. Like, oh, actually no, I lie. Like my best friend now is who I met at Ball Kid 15 years ago.
Right.
Your best friend now is also a Ball Kid?
Yeah. We were Ball Kids together.
That's cool.
So, 2 Ball Kids.
Like an old war buddy.
Yeah, literally. Well, that's probably longer than 15 years. Yeah.
However long.
Yeah. About that. Yeah.
So, like, how long did you work at that Subway?
Probably like 2 years. Nah, I probably didn't last that long.
Mm-hmm.
I think a year,
it could be 2 years.
Yeah. Maximum. I think maximum a year.
Yeah.
And then I think I quit. Nah, maybe I quit.
You quit?
I quit.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I worked at Coles, which is like a supermarket.
Coles is a supermarket.
Yeah. Yep.
We have a Coles. It's a weird clothing store.
Oh, so they ended up bringing clothes into our Coles supermarket, which is like a superstore, like was a bigger one. I was not very good at that job. Like I'd just get my friends to come and I'd sit there in the changing rooms and have a picnic. And
right, because there's food.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
And then people would be like, I know you're in there. And I'd just be like,
so wait.
Sitting in there.
Which section were you assigned to? The food section or the
clothes section?
I
was initially assigned to, they did like a Coles mobile. So they did like an all phones kind of thing. So like, I don't know if you have all phones in America, like signing up contracts for mobile phones. So I did that first and then they got rid of that. They obviously didn't do very well on that. I probably gave people phones way too cheap. That was me, my fault. And then
Coles, COLES.
Yeah,
Coles.
yeah. And then they had like a clothes section and they put me in it's called like mix, and so I was in that clothes section. And yeah, my friends would like come and visit me and I'd do not much work because I wasn't really a big fan of like my managers. I feel like you work well for people who are like decent humans.
Yeah, 100%.
And in the end, she was just like, you need this job. And I was like,
whoa, she said that?
Yeah. And I was like, I was studying at uni at this point. So I was working there, I was painting, and I was coaching tennis at the same time. So I had like a few sources of income and I was pretty much like, because I kept like sort of traveling. So she was getting angry and she's like, you need this job. And I was like, I don't really. So I'd say I got sacked from there. I got sacked from Coles.
Really? I have just a real quick question though, because I'm a little confused. I'm sorry. So Coles, when you started there, was a mobile phone store. And then you did that. And then that went away and it was a grocery store. Yes. And then they started adding T-shirts and clothing and changing rooms.
No, so Coles is a grocery store. Grocery store, then they tried the mobile thing. And then that
Okay,
obviously didn't
okay.
work. Still a grocery store, and then
Got
they
it.
added the clothes in. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay,
My
Got it.
bad.
Wow. And so they just hated you working in the grocery store so much that they were like, whatever we have.
I never even made it to the grocery store. Like I didn't qualify.
You went from
They
phones
just
to
shoved
changing
me in
room.
the clothes. Yeah.
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 You can't ruin these.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then you had this manager that was giving you a bunch of shit. I love the idea that like, because you're what, like it's 17, 18 somewhere in
I
this.
think I would have been 18 at that point.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
funny that your manager's like, you need this, like you're some like 60-year-old, like this is the end of your rope.
Yeah.
Like 18.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
are you gonna go in life from here, Danielle?
Yeah, I know. That's why I was just like, I remember, like, I like clearly remember just being like,
Yeah.
like, I didn't know what to say. Like, I didn't want to be an asshole, but
Right.
Like, what are you basing that on, manager? Like, what?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
this
no.
manager is at the end of their rope. That is exactly.
Yeah,
This is
that's
my
what-
last stop.
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like, we've got nowhere else to go, Danielle. We have to make this
She just
work.
like slotted me into her category. Gee,
Yeah.
thanks. Yeah.
Well, then me and Danielle are leaving.
Oh dear, it's funny. So
Yikes.
yeah, I think I lasted like 2 years there though, so that's not too bad.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So
Been around all departments, so you're good.
that's a good point. You had 3 jobs within 2 years.
What
at
is
the same
the discount like in a place like that? Is it like 10% off shirts, 20% off apples? Like how does it work exactly?
I don't think I qualified for a discount.
Oh man.
I don't.
Yeah, they really-
I don't recall getting a discount.
Yeah, they didn't like you.
I know you're like, geez, I really didn't like you. I think because I was hired through the mobile phone section. I was like that little like outsider that they didn't really know what to do with me. So look, I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I would have been buying a lot more food. I took my own food, so
Right.
didn't get a discount.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't like going back there though. So it's interesting. Subway, I went back there, but I don't really like going to that Coles.
Yeah,
Too much trauma.
too much heat on you when you go, like you don't like. Yeah. I get it.
Well, I also feel guilty for not like, because I'm a good worker and I have good work ethic. So I also feel guilty for not fulfilling, that.
Right, because you got fired.
Yeah.
Also, you're afraid that
Yeah.
manager is still there, just like we could have had it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you walk in, that manager's gonna be like, well, look who comes crawling
And I'll be like,
back.
look where I am now. See, I told you I didn't need that job. And you're still here. Yeah.
Yeah, but you need some grapes, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I had a manager like that I hated, and I went back. It was a mall job, and then I went back there, and then she was still working in the mall in a different spot, and I remember just like, and I just remember thinking like, man, I used to steal orange juice from that lady, but and now she works at Lens Crafters, so it's just, but it's all right because she was an asshole, so it works out.
Yeah, good karma.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked out. It worked out for everybody, as we can all tell.
Oh, that's funny.
Wow. Well, Danielle, we always make sure to close the pod by asking 3 questions. And the first one is about, I guess let's just say your worst job was the Subway job. Because we know how you left the Kohl's job. You got fired. But with Subway, when were you done and how did you quit? Like, when were you like, I should quit? And then when did you actually quit?
I'd say like probably like, so if I lasted a year, I've got to check that. But I'd say like I wanted to quit for like 6 months and then I stuck it out. Yeah. So because I can't remember, like I know that I was like hating it for a while. So.
And why wouldn't you?
I just remembered I worked a call center job too. That was bad. I wanted to quit for like 2 years. Even if it felt like 2 years. I probably didn't work there for 2 years, but I wanted to quit for like 2 years. And then I was really good at it, so they kept like giving me incentives, and I'm like, okay, and I'd like it for like maybe 2 days.
We've heard
and then
this
I'd
story.
Stay there, and then I'd like hate it again. You get that feeling in your stomach when you're going to work, and I'd be like,
What was the call center for? What was the company?
It's like a charity. So
oh shit!
Oh,
yeah.
Were you having to call out to people or like receive?
Yes, outbound.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not
My hair was falling out.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You just had to call
Literally.
people and
Yeah.
say, you had like a script that was like, such and such charity is looking for donations. I hope you're having a great day today, sir.
So
And,
give me
and then they just
$500.
shit on you, and then
Yeah, and
move
they'd
on
be
to
like,
the
"Fuck you! Don't call me again!" Like, yeah.
It's like one of those
The
jobs where
abuse.
like everyone thinks you're like a good person for working for a charity, and then your hair's falling out. You're like, I hate
Yeah,
it.
and then she's like,
I hate charity.
when I get calls from charities now, I'm just like, I'm gonna go online and make the donation myself, just because I'm traumatized. Yeah, so. But I know how they work now. Like I know how they work on the phone. It's good.
Yeah, because like they just sort of strung you along for.
Yeah, and like when you say no, they have like we had like all these things to like when they say no, it's so bad. Like if someone wants to give to charity, they're gonna give. Like don't be an asshole.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you get in trouble if you don't. Like they say you have to try like 3 times.
Yes.
And then you get in trouble if you don't.
Wait, what do you mean you
do
have to try 3 times?
If they say no, like I don't want to give anything, you then like keep going and trying to like be like, okay, I understand that, but like, and then tell another story and then pledge again, like ask again, and then say no again, and then you try again. So you're literally like forcing people. It's so bad. It was
like
so
3
bad.
no's. You have to get multiple no's.
That's insane.
Yeah. And I felt really uncomfortable most of the time. And I think that's why I had that anxiety around that job, because I was like, this is horrible.
Oh
you really
God.
buried that one deep into the subconscious. If you're in Subway.
It took me a while to remember it. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, this is right at the end of the podcast. You're like, oh wait, I had a job where I was terrified and my hair was falling out. My bad. I forgot about that.
But I will say, mayonnaise is crazy, right? Well,
so
I guess we'll still ask the question about Subway. You said so it was like 6 months before. Was there anything around that 6 month time that was just like, I got out of here? Like something happened with a customer, or you just realized you were miserable? I mean, again, it didn't happen for 6 more months after that.
I got in trouble for a few things, I think, that were like really petty.
Yeah.
And then I don't actually remember what happened, but I knew that like there was some sort of things going down. There was like maybe one manager that I didn't like and didn't like, she was really mean.
Mm-hmm.
So it was that. And then they ended up putting me on with other people, and then I was like, nah, this is still shit.
So then how did you quit? Did you like put in like a 2-week notice or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Coles, like they didn't say like you're fired, but they just like didn't give me any more work. I'm probably
like,
still on their
schedule.
system. Yeah. So
that is a extremely common practice. I feel like that has to be illegal or something. You know what I mean? Like there's got to be some sort of none of us know, but some sort of like labor advocate. Like lawyer.
I think there is like, you could be like, oh, unfair dismissal, but then they technically didn't dismiss me. So then
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So there has to be a loophole there. Yeah, a loophole. Yeah.
But probably not. It's probably super legal.
No, we were going to call you back. We were going back. We're going a little later.
Okay. So question number 2 for Subway is, what's one good thing you took from that very bad job?
How to make a freaking awesome sub and what sauces to put with them.
Sweet. Do you do that like on your own at all? I mean, I don't buy Subway sandwich, bread, but has that transferred? Yeah. Just
You need like the meatballs or like the Southwest sauce, you need the
But you could walk into Subway and smoke any of those losers.
Oh yeah. When I say like, can you please toast the tomato with the bread, they're like, look at me, and I'm like, I was a Subway sandwich artist. Like, they know that's something like you don't just know that. That's just
You're like a cowboy, but you're like, hey, Freckles, I'm looking at you. Yeah, toast it how I like it.
Don't toast it too much.
Southwest sauce light. That makes sense, because I mean you're going to end up in a Subway again, so you might as well know what you're doing when you walk in the door.
Exactly.
Talk that talk.
Well, then question number 3 is not about the worst job. It's a little bit bigger picture, and it is you. So you paint.
Got some sweet sunlight coming.
It's very enjoyable sunlight. So you paint mostly for you're living in your dream right now. If you had to give up on that dream and you had to start like a new job or like a new direction, what might that be?
Ooh, Oh, that's interesting. I'd go back to what I studied at university, which was food science. So I'd probably do something with like health and nutrition and science, and that is really bright. Sorry, I'm like,
right. If you lean back, you're fine.
There we go. We're good.
Great.
So I'd probably go back to what I was doing at university. So I finished it, and I did art and I did food science.
Right.
So I'd probably just go do something like that.
So like being like a nutritionist, or like,
yeah, like I had this fascination. I was like really bad at it. Like I wasn't good at science, but I just had this fascination with like testing foods and so I'd probably do that. I don't think I'd be good at it though.
Well, I mean, like, okay, so you say
most
like
of the time I'm like, this is fun, but I have no fucking idea what I'm doing, like, and I'd somehow pass. Like it was
So you say testing foods, like, are you talking about like sort of scientifically testing food for like nutrient qualities, or like?
Yeah, so you do that, and then you also like like how you got like best before dates, and you've got like the packaging on foods and everything. So
Got it.
You'd basically be doing like testing for like the lifespan and
Food quality.
regulations and food quality.
Got it.
So it'd be like food law and everything like that too.
And there's like labs and stuff to do that, so you would kind of like go in that. direction.
And we'd like do it's pretty interesting, to be honest with you. It's just different. That it was weird that I'm an artist now.
Sure. But art has its own science.
True that. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So
Well, I'm very satisfied with that answer, Nick.
Great answer.
Well, Danielle, where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found?
www.daniellesartwork.com, or just Danielle's Artwork on Instagram. Easy.
And we'll have those links in the show notes as well.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Danielle.
you so
Thank you
much
for
for being
having me.
here.
It's been fun. Something different. I loved it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. And fuck this place.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Don't forget to share the podcast and subscribe. If you want to text us, that number is 470-BAD-JOBS, aka 470-223-5627. That's 470-223-5627. We're reading them. We're not going anywhere. I promise you, I'm barely leaving my apartment. Hope you're doing all right, and we'll see you next time. Okay, that's it. Bye for now. Fuck this place.